Hey folks, I wanted to talk a little bit about this situation that we are seeing, and this is very timely, that we are seeing over in China with this Evergrande real estate development company, and how it ties up, and how that might be potential contagion risk. We talked about this to our clients last week. In fact, maybe the past week and a half or so, and talked about the potential contagion risk of that. We're getting more information as we come out, but I think from our base case, and this really relates to sort of the index short positions we've been talking about in these videos here for the past few weeks, how we want to be protected coming into September and even into October. But I think the contagion risk in terms of the global economy from the Evergrande default risk is probably quite small. We do think that the Chinese government will step in sooner rather than later, and then that actually be we think, at least from right now, a great opportunity to buy again as Q4 seasonality tends to be bullish generally. Now, again, that's a single factor analysis on the seasonality part, but it has worked very well year to date, and we see a lot of things that are lining up for that. So just going to give you a couple things that we think one could look at, and this is not necessarily related to the Evergrande situation, and China's clamping down. In addition to that, on the Macau, which is China's sort of Las Vegas, Macau sort of gambling situation. The risk there is some risk out there being discussed that China has potentially is considering barring any foreign operator of casinos, so anything like Wynn Resorts and I think even Las Vegas Sands would be at risk of basically getting shut out of the market, and which means you have to sell assets. That wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun for investors, I should say, and certainly not for the company. So if our base case is that the Evergrande default risk in China is something that is going to be contained, and doesn't have contagion risk like a Lehman Brothers did. Remember, Lehman Brothers was a global derivatives house. Everyone owned those derivatives. That's not the situation with Evergrande, at least not that we know of right now. It's also not a bank, remember, but we do think China will step in and sort of curate the situation. And again, that may be the signal to buy risk assets again, I should say, into the fourth quarter. If you're looking specifically a bit more underneath the surface for things to look at that could offer us sort of springboard kind of coiled up spring kind of opportunities. A couple things to look at. I mean, an easy one is Wynn. Maybe I will just leave it with this one, but I think Wynn is an easy one. I wouldn't just try to jump in and try to buy catch the falling knife right now, but I think once you see a bullish reversal, and if it's strong enough, it's probably will have come in line with news that things are sort of that China stepped in with Evergrande, and maybe also the situation in Macau has become a bit more clear. But I think this one is an easy one to conceptually get our head around. That might be an opportunity for a trade. Other than that, honestly, I would keep it very simple, and I would really focus on simple levels like on the S&P 500, the SPY here. I think anything between a 5 and 10% move so far, as I'm recording this here early Monday, we're down 3%. We're probably all things considered down closer to 4% with futures where they are. Again, you might be watching us at a different time, so it's silly to kind of talk minute to minute. But I think anything, if you get down to, on the S&P, anything down to, at least 435, preferably 420 on the SPY would be levels where we would be really start to get interested on buying again risk assets into the fourth quarter, again with the information that we have today. Another one that's even simpler, I think, to understand or to watch is IWM. This is the Russell 2000 tracker ETF. This darn thing's been stuck in a range by every meaning of that word or that phrase since basically February. It hasn't done a thing. So you get to the lower end of the range, which as of this recording is another 6% lower. I think again, all else being equal with the information we have today, is something one would want to buy. So hope this makes sense, folks. If you have any questions, comments, do let us know. Give us a thumbs up, like in this on this commentary if you like it, or on this on our video if you like it, and again, let us know if you like this kind of stuff and what else you would like to hear from us as we continue to build out the videos. Take care, and we'll see you soon.